Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace and blessings to the elect out there that's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. Alright, this lesson is going to be about spiritual power. Alright, and, just going to jump right into it. This is John 14:11. It says, "Believe me that I am in the Father." Of course, this is Yahushua talking, "and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake." Verse 12, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son." So hey, that's where our spiritual power comes from. All right, it comes from the Father Yahweh, and it comes through Yahweh Shai, His only begotten Son. All right, don't ever forget that. All right, because whenever you see these movies or something about superheroes, superpowers, they operate differently. They'll boast and shit. They got a prideful spirit, but hey, true men of the Lord that performed miracles, they acknowledge that it is always through Yahweh Shai. But yeah, this is Matthew 17. I'll start at 18. "And Yahweh Shai rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. Then came out the disciples to Yahushua apart and said, Why could not we cast him out?" So Yahushua performed like an exorcism. All right, he cast out a demon. It says, "And Yahushua said unto them, Because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, Remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Howbeit this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fasting." So he plainly told the disciples that, hey, you don't have spiritual power right now because of your unbelief. He said, if you have faith as big as a mustard seed, then you should be able to move mountains. And then he also went on to say, but of course it doesn't go. This doesn't come but by prayer and fasting. And there were there were accounts of the disciples performing spiritual power via spiritual healing, right? And also Peter, he walked on water with Yahushua for a little bit, but then he fell through because he started to doubt. But that doesn't just because men of the Lord have times of doubt doesn't make them a wicked person. But you try your best to reduce those doubtful moments. But yeah, man, prayer and fasting, and recognizing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Oh yeah, this is James 4. I'll start at 1. "From whence come wars and fightings among you? Come they not hence, even of your lust that war in your members? Ye lust and have not, ye kill and desire to have, and cannot obtain. Ye fight and war, yet ye have not, because ye ask not. Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss." Look up that word amiss. "Not quite right, inappropriate, or out of place, that ye may consume it upon your lust." So hey, if you're wondering why you haven't received spiritual power yet, because hey, you ask amiss, that you may consume it upon your own lust. What? Why do we need spiritual power right now? Because this is something to keep in mind too. Which one is it? Yeah, this is Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Bashem El Shai shall lift up a standard against him. Right? So that's the only time we really need spiritual powers, whenever, the enemy comes in like a flood. Alright? But hey, any other time, to make a can levitate or some shit, that's just a party trick. We weren't sent here to do party tricks, you know. But if there's a a, a brother that's sick, and you pray for him and he heals, that's spiritual power, man. And that's asking in the right spirit, and not amiss, not to consume it upon your own lust, but hey, same thing, sending up prayers whenever you're in a tied straits. That's a proper time to call upon the Lord. This this is what I want. This is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus 2 and 10. It says, "Look at the generations of old, and see, did ever any trust in the Lord, Yahweh Bashem El Shai, and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For the Lord, Yahweh Bashem El Shai, is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in time of affliction." Alright? Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth 2 ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. So that's what it comes down to. Is it if you have faith that Yahweh Bashem El Shai is going to deliver you, all right, and not that what if or that doubtful spirit, because hey, when that doubt creeps in, you start feeding those doubts. Hey, the Most High doesn't like that. He's not going to save any unbelievers, man. This is this is Psalms 144. I'm going to start at the top. It says, "Blessed be Yahweh Bashem El Shai, my strength, which teacheth my hands to war, and my fingers to fight." Alright? This is King David talking. A great mighty man. Led many wars, fought many wars, won many wars. There is that scripture that says that the women came singing and dancing, saying, Saul surely killed his thousands, but David his tens of thousands. So King David was a mighty man, and slew Goliath at that. It says, "My goodness and my fortress, my high tower." But he was recognizing Yahweh Bashem El Shai as his strength, as his power. "My goodness, my fortress, my high tower, and my deliverer, my shield, and he in whom I trust, who subdueth my people under me. Yahweh, what is man, that thou takest knowledge of him, or the son of man, that thou makest account of him?" So the point being, the one of the greatest mighty men in the book, he got his strength from Yahweh Bashem El Shai, all right, and he acknowledged it. You're not gonna get spiritual powers from meditation or some, there's no voodoo secret or some shit like that. No, it's hey, be a man of the Lord, pray, fast, and it comes down to faith, and in times of affliction, that's when it comes in clutch. I'm going to read Sirach 2 and 11 again. It says, "For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in time of affliction." All right. Let me grab this too. The Lord think it's like Peter's. Second Peter, yeah. This is 2 Peter 2:9. It says, "The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished." So you gotta believe that, that whatever temptation you're going through, if you cleave unto the Lord, then He's gonna get you out of it. This is, I know I'm kind of jumping around. I'm losing which ones I've already read, but this is Isaiah 40. I'll start at I'll read 26. It says, "Lift up your eyes on high, and behold, who hath created these things, that bringeth out their host by number. He calleth them all by names, by the greatness of his might, for that he is strong in power, not one faileth." That's the power that we deal with. Right? Why sayest thou, O Jacob, and speakest, O Israel, my way is hid from the Lord, and my judgment is passed over from my power? Hast thou not known, hast thou not heard, that the everlasting power, the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary? There is no searching of his understanding. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increaseth strength. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon Yahweh Bashim Shai shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Alright, so those that wait upon Yahweh Bashim Shai and that put their trust in Yahweh Bashim Shai, that's who's going to receive, that renewed strength. And those are going to be the ones that mount up with wings like eagles, flying through the air like Superman. They shall run and not be weary like the Flash. They shall walk and not faint. They're going to have all types of endurance. All right. That reminds me of Obadiah, where it says they shall be like sparks among the stubble. Let's see. I forget where it starts. I'll start at verse 17. "But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions." Because hey, Jake isn't gonna be on the bottom forever. You got to believe in the Most High's promise to Jacob. All right, that we're gonna inherit the Holy Land and the whole earth and all these heathens. All right, that was His promise from the beginning. You gotta have faith in that. All right, like I said before, it all comes down to where your faith lies. All right, if you don't believe that, then fucking get off this video right now. All right, but hey, we're gonna inherit that land. All right, but anyways, in 18 it says, "And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble." All right, and Jacob and Joseph. Joseph is another way of recognizing the northern tribes. All right, Ephraim being the head tribe of the northern tribes, which really, Jacob is all Israelites. All right, Joseph is specifically, the northern kingdom. All right, and the house of Esau for stubble, which means Israel, all of Israel, all 12 tribes are going to consume Esau. All right, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. And That's not what I wanted. Well, that was what I wanted, but there's like another one that said, it's like running to like sparks among the stubble. As, yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 3. Alright, I'll start at 1. Wisdom of Solomon 3:1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them. That's what we believe here. Alright? That the righteous are in the hand of the Most High. There shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise they seemed to die, and their departure is taken for misery. Alright? And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, because many men of the Lord have been persecuted. All right, but what does it say in Matthew the 5th chapter? Blessed are they that are persecuted for righteousness' sake. It says, yet is their hope full of immortality, and having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. So, hey, when we are, count those persecutions as chastisement, because hey, we're going to be greatly rewarded because of it. All right, it says, for the Most High has proved them and found them worthy for himself, as gold in the furnace hath tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation they shall shine, all right, and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people. That's spiritual power, man. That's talking about reviving. Although you be put to death, the first that die in Yahushua shall arise first. It says in the time of their visitation. What's the time of visitation? That's when Yahushua is coming back to redeem his elect. That's when we shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. If you've ever seen, made of fire, and you got the wood breaking down like under the fire, and you get a stick and you start moving that around, you start seeing those sparks fly everywhere. That's how Israel's going to be. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord, Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, is going to be over us, shall reign forever. It says, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him, for grace and mercy to his saints, and he hath care for his elect. And that's something that we we have faith in, man. Be faithful, and in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints. Alright? That's what grace and mercy is to. And he hath care for his elect. Alright? And whose is the elect? The ones that are faithful. Right? Yeah, let's see, that's also in Zechariah. Not 12. Yeah, this is basically saying that the nations shall be. Yeah, this is what I want. Zechariah, what is this, chapter 12? Yeah, 12. 12 and 6. In that day will I make the governors of Judah like an hearth of fire among the wood, and like a torch of fire in a sheaf, and they shall devour all the people round about. on the right hand and on the left, and Jerusalem shall be inhabited again in her own place, even in Jerusalem. And the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shai also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem. All right, and when it's referring to Judah and Jerusalem is and the house of David, that's talking about, the elect. All right, it says, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David, or the elect, shall be as the Most High, or as Elohim, which Elohim, that word God in Hebrew is Elohim, which means the powers. All right, as the angel of Yahweh before them. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come up against Jerusalem. All right. So nothing is going to be able to touch us, man. As long as we have Yahweh Bashem Al Shai on our side, nothing's going to touch us. That's where spiritual power comes in play. All right. So, Lord willing, this video is edifying, and uplifting to the elect. You best believe that spiritual power is going to intervene. Divine intervention is going to come to us, man. Just like in the days of Egypt, there's 10 plagues where divine intervention, spiritual power at play. All right, and he worked marvelous works through Moses. All right, but ultimately it's Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. Every time Yahweh Shai performed a miracle, he always gave honor to Yahweh. Said, I do this in the name of Yahweh. And even when the disciples, when they performed miracles, they said, hey, worship Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. All right? So whenever we perform miracles, you best believe we give praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. Even our videos, this is a form of spiritual power. We're cast out in utter darkness. How the fuck did we wake up to this truth? I'll tell you. It's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. So that's why at the beginning and end of every lesson, that's why we give, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, like I'm about to right now. So with that, hey, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, Bashem Akakwadash. All right, double honors to apostles and elders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from. And peace and blessings to the elect out there that's adhering to this word and pushing this word in every way possible. To y'all, I say shalom, and I pray for y'all. Just like Yahweh Shai taught us. I pray not for the world, but I pray for, thine. But yeah, shalom.